Welcome to the Ordinary Guy Garage. I'm Scott, Ordinary Guy, and back on the stroker motor for the S10. Gonna try to button up the bottom end of it, so hang tight. Alrighty, so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna put on the oil pan and the balancer. So of course they don't just fit right on. It's always a little bit of modification somewhere or another. I had to order a new oil pump to fit with this pan, and it's in. It came in yesterday. And right now I'm just trying to put the balancer on. But you know, like I said, with most things on this, it all takes modification. So you know, here I am. I'm trying to. Let me put this down a little bit. You know, I have a Chevrolet motor, obviously. I have a Chevrolet motor, Summit oil pan, not oil pan, timing cover made by Summit, timing pointers made by Summit, and the harmonic balancer, I can't remember who it's made by, PRW. So, you know, I got a couple of different things going on here, and they don't always just kind of go together, you know. Sorry. They don't always just go together. You got to do a lot of finagling. So this is what I've been messing with. Just like with the other parts that I've had on and off a bunch of times, the cam and the cam timing and all that stuff. I'll show right here. If we can get okay, so my problem right now is the clearance right here. Let me get a. I don't know where my pin is. Oh, there it is. Okay, this is the issue right here. If you can see it, maybe I'll turn this a little bit. Okay. The issue is this Allen head hits the corner of the balancer right here. So just barely, but enough. And you can see it rubbing on there, and you can see it rubbing on there, and that's just turning it over by hand out here. So when the engine's warmed up, you know, and racing and spinning more than, you know, 1 RPM a minute or whatever, it's going to move around. So I need more clearance than that. All right, well, there we go. Can't really do them side by side. Of course, you can do this with a grinder, but you know, if you got a lathe, why not? And then what I did was I chamfered the edge a little bit, and then ran the file over it to smooth it out. But I'm getting, you probably can't see, but I'm getting to the point where the actual meat of where the Allen goes in, you know, is starting to go away, obviously, but I got enough to grip it. So let's see if this works. Oh, there you go. You can see it with the white of the truck behind it. There is my clearance now. So I'm happy with that. On to the next issue. All right, so last thing to do on this balancer is this is an adjustable timing pointer on here, so I just need to set it. So what I did, I got my deck bridge back out, brought it up to where I know it's exactly top dead center, and what I'm going to do, I'll throw a little bit of Loctite on these. Just so it doesn't move around on me. Okay, got it set at 0. Go ahead and snug it up. All right, boom. Onto the oil pan. All right, got the timing all taken care of, balancer on. Next thing to do here is, my dog's bugging me. Next thing to do here is the oil pan. So what I had on here was a Mellings on the last engine, but it was still a good oil pump. I went and pulled it apart, cleaned it, and got it all ready to go. It's the Mellings 55 high volume oil pump. Won't work with a Hamburger pan. So what I did was I ordered a Mylodon oil pump. It's a low volume, high pressure pump. The difference is, where did I put that pump at? Oh, there it is. There's a height difference in the two. You can see it. You can see it in the body right here. Here's the Mylodon and here's the Mellings. This is high volume, it's got a bigger area right there. So when I put the pickup tube on the other pump, it hit the bottom of the pan, and you don't want your pickup to be flat up against the pan because, obvious reasons. You're not gonna pick anything up. So I got this other pump. So this is gonna go on there, and we will be good. So let me get the pickup on here and we'll get it on there, on the motor. So hang on. All right, well, got the oil pump pickup on the pump, got the oil pump drive in, put it on the motor, torqued it to 50 pounds. A note on this, you see this pump, this pickup has a bracket that holds it. Mylodon says do not weld this to the oil pump. Now, all the other ones always say put a tack. I don't know about all the other ones, but a lot of the other ones commonly say weld the pickup to the pump so that way it doesn't come loose. This has a bracket that holds it in, and Mylodon says do not. So I did not. So the other thing it says is to prime the pump. I'm not going to do that because it makes a big mess when you do that. And I'm going to prime the engine after I get it all together, which will also prime the pump. So I'm not worried about that at this point. So the other thing I did was I took my straight edge, measured the height here, which is 9 inches, to the bottom of the pump with the gasket. Got on my pan, measured down here. That's 9 3/8. Hamburger says in their instructions 9 1/4 to 9 3/8 clearance between this and the pan. That's 9 3/8. By the time I torque down my gasket, I'll lose a little tiny bit, but I'm still in that margin that they want. So they also say to use their pan gasket, but I love these one-piece ones. This was on the last motor, and well worth the money, I think. I think they're like $50 or something, but they don't leak. And actually this one's slightly taller than the Hamburger one, so it gives me good clearance. So still gonna put a little bit of silicone in here on the edges just to, it gets these transition points right in here. So very little back there, just some. Can't really see what I'm doing from there, but this, trying to get this into there. It's a real tight fit on this aluminum one, on this aluminum cover. It's a tight fit for the gasket. But you got to make sure it's in there right. Okay, back one in. All right. Start buttoning it up. Alrighty, got it all buttoned up on the bottom part anyways. Balancer's on, timing mark set, oil pumps in, oil pan is bolted on, sealed, ready to go. So fingers crossed. Next step is going to be, I'm going to put the heads on next and set up the valve train. So anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Stay safe.